Hey guys, Elena here, the Stitching Farmer. I'm back for a September update, just barely getting in there. It's currently September the 30th, so it's last day of September. Start October tomorrow, and finally getting some cooler temperatures out there. I woke up, I think it was like in the high 50s, and it's supposed to get up into like the mid 80s today, but I think it's supposed to stay pretty nice like this for at least the next week. So maybe we go up to like pumpkin picking tomorrow or something, or at the corn maze maybe. I don't know what our plans for the weekend are yet. We had a super busy month for September. We just got back from Disney World last week. We had a great time. It was the busiest I'd ever seen it though, since we go every year at this time. And the wait times, we usually get to ride every ride, sometimes multiple times. And this year we didn't get to ride everything. So I think the secret's out, that everyone knows it's a good time to go in September because school just starts back, so it's not, I mean, it's still not as busy compared to the summer months. You can be waiting hours for rides. I think the longest ride we waited, when we rode the Rise of Resistance, I think that one we did wait close to 2 hours. That one's in Hollywood Studios. I think it's been there about a year now. And then we rode the new Ratatouille ride at Epcot, and that one was an 80-minute wait. So I'm not used to seeing wait times that long this time of year. Usually the longest you see is 50 minutes. Usually most of them are half an hour at most. This is my kitty, Chloe. She's a bobtail. She's got a little nub here. She is my shadow. She's always following me. I think she's trying to kill me though, because she's always like right up under my feet. So I can't tell you how many times I've almost busted with her right under me. She's a very sweet cat. We adopted her about 2 years ago from the shelter. And I do have some sad news. We did have to put our old cat down. She almost made it to 17. If she would have made it to, I think her birthday was around Christmas, so she would have been 17, but Labor Day weekend, she was dragging one of her legs behind her and she had no movement in it, so we knew it was time, and so we had to have her put down. So that was a rough thing that happened. But we're all adjusting to, now we only have 2 pets. We have a cat and a dog. I don't know where my dog is. I hear her. See if I can maybe get her at some point. She's pretty attached to us. Like when we, neighbors watched her while we went to Disney, and they said she just kind of sulked and she looked like she lost weight, but she needed to, so that's actually a good thing. And then another thing at Disney, I got a lounge fly. So Disney is doing a series of these bags. I think there's 12 of them. I don't really know a whole lot about it. This is the one from the series though that I really wanted. It sold out in minutes when it went online for pre-order. So this is the, let's see if I can get my cat to move. Come on, kitty. Chloe. Sorry, she's really shaking the stand. This is the Prince, I think they call it Carousel or Prince Charming Carousel or something like that. So they still had it available at the park, so I was super excited that I was able to get this. They weren't selling the ears that go with it, so they're still available online to order, so I may have to order that. But it's part of their 50th anniversary. A lot of people are complaining about these bags. I guess they're manufacturing them pretty fast, so the zippers sometimes have some issues. But I was still happy I got it, and I had to pick one out. Like these things would not be even. One would kind of be like askew or lower down, but I was able to get a good one. I thought, I kind of wish they wouldn't have put these. I'm not the biggest fan of the Mickey things. I wish they would have just left it plain and did sequins. But I was happy I was able to snag that while I was at the Disney parks. And the boys have fun. We only took Vivian, we took her there. She turned 2 on the 18th, so that was the only day we took her. My grandparents also came down, so they were nice enough to watch her for us. I think they were happy to be able to do that because they live in Georgia, so they don't get to see us a whole lot. Sorry. And so they watched her for us because on the day we did take her to the parks, she would not sit in her stroller. She screamed the whole time. And she gets to the point where she will make herself throw up. So she was, come here, kitty. She was starting to do that. I was afraid she was about to throw up all over her. So I had to carry her around in 90-degree weather the whole time around Disney World. So it wasn't a whole lot of fun. I was like, I don't think I can do this through the other 3 days. And then we also did the water park, the Typhoon Lagoon. I think that was probably everyone's favorite day. It's more relaxed and laid back. They had some fun water slides and they have family rides, so we would all get on like a big raft and ride together. So that was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think if there's any other updates. I think that's about it. A lot of people have been asking me about hurricane. I live in Florida, but I live in the Panhandle, so we were very fortunate and not affected by Ian at all. All we got was a little wind, like a very little bit. So my prayers go out to those affected by Ian down in South and Central Florida. It looks like there really is a lot of damage down there. So we're very fortunate up here in the Panhandle though. And so that's about it for a life update. So we'll get into the stitching. Ooh, sorry, my cat is shedding. The seasons are changing, so hair everywhere. I did a good bit of stitching at the end of August, but in September I haven't really done as much. I did have some new starts. So I did, this is the Owl Forest embroidery. It's a huge piece of fabric. I really haven't made a lot of progress this month on this. I really wanted to get the top band done by the end of the year, but there's about, I think I counted, there's 5 bands. So I'm over halfway through the first one. I really didn't get a whole lot of progress. This is about all I did for the month, or since my last video. But this will be a beautiful piece. I was lucky enough, I do have the threads from Owl Forest. I was able, sorry, I may have not shown that long enough. I was able to get them before the war started and everything was shut down. So maybe I can get some more progress on that. I was hoping maybe to do a band a year, so in 5 years I'll have it done. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to put as much time in on this. Alright, so that is, I had a, let me see if I can find it here. I had a little start. I wanted to take something with me to when I went down to Disney World to work on. I really didn't get much time at all to work on anything. But I did break open this Mill Hill kit. It's a bead and button kit, and it's the Fall Beach. Just love it with the pumpkins and seagulls on the beach. So I had a very tiny start. So I'm starting the seagull there, and then there's a little bit of water behind him that I've started. I wasn't ever going to stitch on the perforated paper again, but it's really convenient just to be able to pop this into one of the little frames. So when you start it, you draw a big X on the back. That way that you can find the center. I don't think my stitches look as good on this paper though. They just don't sit as well, if you can see there. But I think overall, like, you know, once you get it in the frame, hopefully no one's gonna look at your stitching that close. I mean, they might, but I guess finished is better than perfect, right? All right, so what else? Oh, I forgot to grab my thick pieces. I'll show those towards the end though. This is if anybody wanted to see the threads from Elf Forest. These are them, and they wrap them up perfectly. There's like just perfect little thread wraps there. Oh, I did see where they're starting to sell some of their kits on Amazon if anyone's interested. Let's see, I made a tiny bit of progress on Fall on the Farm. It's a little house. It was a pattern, kind of like a pattern of the month. This is the one I am currently working on. It's the number 4. There's 9 altogether. So I got the border done. I'm starting on the fence down here. Let me pop it open so y'all can see all that up the other 3. Always like fold up my fabric into the Q-snap. I feel like it helps to protect my stitches that I have. I don't know why I didn't give myself more room on the border. I feel like it's only 2 inches and I usually do 3. So this was the first one, the apple picking one, and then the house with the chickens out front, then the scarecrow with the corn. I was hoping to keep up and do one a month, but I got behind and never caught back up. So hopefully I can finish it for next year though, because there's no way I'm gonna finish it. You could probably get one of these done in a couple days. I feel like it takes me at least a week though to get one done. I feel like oh, that will take like, I look at the pattern like, oh, that will only take me a few hours, and then a few hours later I got the border done and that was it. So it's never as fast as I think it's going to be. But the other ones, this is the, I still have to purchase the last one. This is the middle. I'm guessing this is the 5th one. I can't remember what order they are. Cute little cow in a barn. A couple at a pumpkin patch. And then this one's called Old MacDonald Had a Farm. And the rest of them are just the ones I've already stitched. I gotta remember to grab that last one. This is the current one I'm doing too. And I'm using the call for flosses, stitching it on 32, I think it's 32 count, and maybe 30 count. I'll try to link it below or put it in the description box below because I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it was. Maybe I have it. These are the call for threads. Sometimes I'll stick the sticker in here, but I didn't. Okay, so let's see, what else did I work on? This is, let me find the pattern here. Oh, I thought I had found the, well, this is Coffee Quaker. I don't know what I did with the pattern though. Show you, sorry. There's a kitty in the way. She's a little overweight, but all right, so this is, sorry, cat's now attacking it. Coffee Quaker 2, and if I can't remember if I actually put any work on this or not. If I did, it was this. I finished that part. So I'd like to put some more in on this. have it hanging in my kitchen by my coffee maker, hopefully someday soon. My holiday stocking. So I've done 4 stockings for everyone. There's 5 people in my family. Me, my husband, my 2 sons, and my newborn daughter. Or else she's not newborn anymore, she's 2. But she's the newest addition to the family. So she's the one that doesn't have a stocking. So I am working on holiday glow for her. Oh, all right, I might have to kick her out of here. Down. Hair is just flying everywhere. So I was hoping to have this done by her 2nd birthday. That's not one, or 2nd Christmas. No, it'll be her 3rd Christmas. That's not gonna happen. So maybe, hopefully next year, I'll be able to have it done. Honestly, I don't know if I put any work on this month either. If I did, it would be in Santa's, I don't know what you call that, his fur along his jacket. So I really like this. The snowman stitched up pretty quickly. There's a lot of half cross stitches and dimensions patterns. You have to stitch it though with like 4 or 5 strands of thread. So they are super thick. Sometimes it gets a little hard to pull through. Another one that I have worked on is English Garden. I'm pretty sure I worked on this. I have one of those books where you write everything down, but I forget to fill it out. I'll do really good at the beginning of the month, and then about after the first week I stop. This is English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. And put this behind it here. So I have started work on this band down here. I also finished this. So as you can see with this flower, I went side to side, and with this one I did a swirl. I think that one looks much better. I don't think I'm going to take this out to redo it though. So I just don't have that kind of time in my life right now. And I think, so I believe there are 7 of these flowers. I don't think you'll really notice it, especially since it's the top one. And so I'm almost done. I think I stopped putting this part in, and then that part will be done. So I might do like 1 or 2 more bands, and then I'm going to move over to the right side there and start working on it. So that is Samplers Not Forgotten by, or I'm sorry, English Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. I love these little scissors. They're super sharp. But I've forgotten where I put them. Oh, this is the, anybody who wanted to see it, the pattern for Coffee Quaker this is by Heartstring Samplery. So I got a long way to go still. But I am stitching with everything called for, except for the fabric is, I think it's like Tycho or Tycho by Seraphim Fabrics. It's 40 count, I know that because it's tiny. But I will link it down below what I'm stitching with. Or at least I'll try to remember to. I've been pretty good lately about doing that. Alright, so I think that's pretty much it for that one. I put in a bit of work the last few nights on, I've been doing Christmas on the Beach. This is a petite by Dimensions, but don't let petite fool you. These are still usually quite complicated. They can be quite complicated. They tend to have a lot of thread changes. So I'm about halfway done now with this piece. I was hoping to have it done by Christmas, but probably not going to happen this year. All this was half cross stitches. I think most of it used 4 strands. So you like really have to work to pull that through. Right now I'm down here at the bottom working on the sand. And these are full crosses down here. So I'm pretty slow going right now. I'm in the middle of watching the Dahmer series on Netflix. So if y'all are, if anyone's into true crime, it's really good. So been like really into that and watching it, and I find that my progress is much slower when I'm watching TV. If you want to make good progress, listen to audiobooks or music. Just watching TV, it really slows you down, I feel like, but it's what, I enjoy doing, so. Did I work on anything over here? All right, so I did join the Stitch Along with Hands-On Design. I can't remember what it's called. I think, Costume Party, that's what it was called. Sorry, I forgot to pull up the picture of this, but I'm stitching right in the middle. So I have to finish that. There's a banner up here across the top. There's a pumpkin here. There's some leaves and pumpkins down here. And then I just gotta back stitch it and I will be done. And I got the tombstone to go along with it. I'm not sure how I'm gonna finish it yet. That is one thing that I'm really bad about doing, is finishing anything. I think she finished it with some rickrack behind it. I was thinking about maybe doing a fabric behind it and maybe a little bow at the top or something though. So hopefully, I don't have much left on that, so maybe I will finish that up. I had another new start. I really wanted to stitch something, one of the Nora Halloween pixies. So I started on Luna. I think she's my favorite of the witches. I like the pumpkins down here. And where did I put it? Oh, okay, here it is. This is stitched on a Lugana. I know it's a Fiberlicious, it's 32 count. I can't remember the color, but I'll put it in the description box below. I want to say it's called Silver Moon though. I thought it was a great witch color. It has some modeling around it here, as you can see. So I have stitched a lot of her dress, so there's so much black in this. I think the coverage is coming out pretty decent though. Sometimes with black it can look a little sparse. I'm pretty happy with the progress. It's got a good bit of beading. One thing I did not realize, this checkerboard pattern here, the orange part, it's beads. I'm like, wow, how are all those beads gonna fit in there? That looks like it may be a little hard, but really had fun stitching her and starting her. I am gonna go grab something real quick. It's just right back. Forgot to see my mess behind me. I keep saying I'm gonna clean it up, but. All right, so I did start this dimensions kit. I love this one. It's called Chateau Royal, or Royal. I always say Royal. Love the castle. I love all the borders. I think there's like 5 borders in this. So right now I've been working on the top border. I've actually made pretty good progress on this. So this is an almanac frame. It's called a quantum frame. It's super easy to roll it and unroll it. So you just pop. Sometimes I get a little stuck though. But it gets, oops, there goes my needle minder. I'm just dropping everything. So this is the progress. So I've got the inner border all the way around. Right now, see if I can get it to stay here. I'm working on this border. This is stitching up pretty quickly because they're half crosses. Everything on this one is stitched with 3 strands of floss, including these full crosses. So I think that's one of the reasons why it's getting really good coverage. I'm getting a bit bored stitching this. I started going and stitching this inner border here to kind of break up the monotony of filling in this half stitches, and then the leaves I think are green and red berries in here. So you can see that outline. This is one of the swans down here in the water. So I'm really enjoying that piece. And then lastly, the piece that I worked on. I keep this pillowcase over this one because it's a big piece, and I just don't want it to get too dirty sitting in the corner. This is a Chatelaine, and it is the Fairy Flower Garden Mandala. So here is the picture of it. I'm stitching it for my daughter. It's on 32 count antique white linen. And this is my progress so far. Can't see what you guys are seeing here. All right, that's pretty centered there. Okay, so I am working on these little decorative swirly things here. I've only been stitching like the outline of them. There will be some more colors that it's filled in with. I was planning on doing some of all these open spots are all specialty stitches. I was going to do it, but you really have to focus on them. There's a lot of Jessica stitches in it, and I just haven't been in the mood lately, but I will get some of those in there to fill in. I think the plan is going to be to start working my way out this way. And so I will stitch, like there will be dragonflies here. I'll show you the picture again. So there's going to be dragonflies on each side. And then once I get the center done, I'm going to roll it down, and then I think I'm going to go to the bottom. I don't bead as I go. I just feel like, yeah, it takes me like, the last one I was stitched was Versailles, and it took me, I think it was 4 years is what it ended up taking me. So I just feel like rolling up all those beads for 4 years, I'm afraid they'll get kind of warped or out of place. So I saved the beading for the very end. I do work in the specialty stitches. I made a mistake on, sorry, here I'm out. I made a mistake on when I stitched peacock, what's it called? Sparkling peacock. I did all the cross stitches, and then I did all the specialty stitches, and then I did all the beading. And I find that when I stitch Versailles, breaking up the cross stitches with specialty stitches makes it go better, because once I did all the cross stitches and got to specialty stitches, I was at the point where I was ready to be done with it. And then with the beading, for sure, ready to be done with it, but I'd rather still do that at the end. Just because I don't know, I always get nervous about beads getting messed up. So this is it's just a plain old king size pillowcase, and I just keep it over top. So plans, I do, so I'm turning 40 at the end of October. So I really want a birthday start. So I want to start, I'm a Scorpio. So I want to start her. I have Nora's drawing of her when I went to the retreat a few years ago. It was one of the silent auction pieces. So I got her drawing, but I forgot to grab it. I've shown it in a previous video. I can't remember which number though. But I just love her. I think she's perfect for Scorpio. And this is the bead pack. There's only 3. You got the large beads and the 2 smaller. They're all like, this one looks black, but it's really more of a purple, dark purple. And she has, is this right? Let me see. There are no Krynic, but there are 3 specialty. For some reason I only have 2 of them though. It does show there being 3 of the Curing Water Lilies. This is the red list if anybody wants to see it there. So I guess I'll have to go back and order. Looks like I'm missing 152. So I'll have to remember to order that. And then I'm going to stitch it on, I guess I decided to go with the Witch fabric. This is the white chocolate linen. Stitching on this it's not my favorite to stitch on. It tends to be a little stiff. But I have stitched things on it before and it does look good when you're done. It kind of has like a gauzy look to it too, I feel like. It's real kind of see-through-ish. She just likes to be with her people. Another one that I want to start tomorrow, since tomorrow is the first day of Halloween, is, no, that's not it. This is, oops, sorry, didn't mean to show the pattern, didn't realize it's on the back there. This is Ink Circles, Another Year Crease By. So the glare is really bad. There are 12 little squares there. So I was thinking about trying to do 1 a month. It is a good bit of a stitching for doing month to month, but I think it's doable, but whether I do it or not, that's another question. So I had a hard time picking out a fabric for this one, but I finally decided, I ordered a piece. This is Seraphim fabric. It is 40 count, and it is called Finian. I think that's how you pronounce it, Finian. So I wanted something, the one they called for, when I looked at it online, they called for a 40 count Dapple by Picture This Plus, and it looked a lot darker than what they show on this. I really liked it lighter. Even this, I think, is darker than what the pattern looks like. It's always crazy how much, I always feel like the fabric looks so much lighter in the picture than what it is in real life. So I'm going to try to start that tomorrow. I got all the call for, they're all classic color works. Love the purples and oranges and greens and that. There's no beads in it. It's just classic color works. So that will be my 2 new starts for October. I do want to start another Mirabilia. I'm debating between a couple of them. Let me see if I can manage to do this with her in the lap. Trying to keep her away from the camera though. All right, so I have 2 that I want to start. I think next year I'm going to have a year of no new starts and just focus on my current whips because I've been getting a little out of control with the starts. I need to slow my roll. But, all right, so I got 2 here that I'm debating between. Might just start them both, who knows? Go wild. So this one my friend Kathy gave me and I really love it. Sleeping Princess. So I got her all kitted up and ready to go now. Here's her threadless if anybody wanted to get a look at that. She's got a lot of DMC colors, like a whole lot. There's also 5 blends. Blends are my least favorite thing. She's got a good bit of beads. I haven't bought the beads yet. I think I got everything else though. I don't know if I have the Chronic either. I may have to still buy that. But I got all the DMC floss. This is what I'm going to stitch her in. I just went and bought like a bunch of Seraphim fabric for different stuff. So this one is called Kai, 32 count. Just kind of a basic color. I guess her call for it looks kind of greenish. Beach Walk is what it's called for. The called for fabric. I think she'll look pretty on a neutral. So that's what I picked out for that one. And I went and got all the thread for it. It's a lot thread. So it looks like I am lacking the Chronic. I think the Chronic, I'm not exactly sure where it all is. I know there's some in the chandelier piece up here. And maybe some in our hair too. But so it's no like big hurry to get that. As long as you got the DMC. The other one that I really want to start and I kitted up is this one. Is called Cassiopeia. She's been out for a while. I think both of these, I feel like they came out around the same time. I can't find, I thought the year was on them. It's number 131. She's got a lot of beads, a lot of water lilies and Chronic, and there's even Whisper. I believe the Whisper is in her hair here. She's a big girl, lots of dress there. And lots of water lilies with her, and beads too. I do have her bead. Let me see what I got. So here's the bead pack for her. Looks like purples, golds, and blues mostly. I love that they started doing these bead packs. It's so convenient to have everything, because if you're like me and you're a hoarder, that way you don't have to have like everything all labeled. It's all labeled for you, or you just have like, you know, these bags of Chronic. This Chronic here is a glow in the dark. I believe I read that it's used to do the constellation, but I'm not exactly sure where it's used in her. So like when you turn out the lights, her constellation will be there, which is pretty cool. And then you also got a gold and an orange one. Let's see, there are 5 Karen water lilies. Do I have all 5 with this one? Oh, I do. Okay. So I got blue purples, a dark one. Oh, that doesn't really help much, does it? There we go. So browns and greens. These silks are, I love stitching with silks. When I'm stitching on my Chatelaine, those silks they just glide so smoothly, and then you go back to the DMC and you're like, I like stitching on those silks better. I love the her dress color though in this one, purple and green. Do I have a fabric for this one? Oh, I did pick out a fabric. Now this, I'm still like on the fence about it, but I think she'll look good on this color. It's like a pale, kind of a pale purplish. Green and purple go pretty good together. Her called for is Twilight Blue Linen. I think all the colors will still pop on this. I haven't really done the floss toss, but these all show up on them. And this is This is the Fiberlicious. I was in the Fabric of the Month Club for Fiberlicious. This is Queen Crepe Myrtle, Lugana, 32 count. I don't know if it's a regular color or just special for the Floss of the Month or not. And all the DMC. I have a full set of DMC, but it's like spread all over. I started getting tired of trying to find it and all the different projects. So I've been just buying it, even though I might have some of the colors still. I think that's, oh, I did do eBaying. I bought my first Teresa Winsler. I've always been like too nervous to do a Teresa Winsler. I just don't like the blends very much, and her patterns have a lot of blends. But I did snag these off of eBay for a pretty good price. This one is Fantasy Sampler. A lot of her patterns you can actually buy online. I'll see if I can find the link and link it below. But I've heard if they have a dragon on it, you're not gonna be able to find those. But a lot of them you can get like a download for, a PDF. And I bought them as a set. This one is the Castle. I see this one in progress a lot. And I don't, if I started either one of them, it would be, I like this one better. I think Kitschy Whips is stitching on it, I think I saw. And it looks really good. But I don't know if I'm going to start it anytime soon because that's a lot of blend. And I think I have shared everything that I plan to share. I did kit up one other thing. I haven't decided if I want to start it this year or not. It's a Blackbird design. It's Midnight Watch. And I really like the cat, black cat on there. I love Halloween. I'm so excited. It's finally October tomorrow. And I bought, what is this, 32 count Flax Belfast linen. Just very basic. I think it's called for, what is it that it's called for? The call for fabric is 30 count 18th Century Brown R&R Productions. I have no idea where you can get this R&R reproductions from because I can never find it online. Maybe in stores. I don't have a local Needleworks store, but so maybe that's where you have to get it from. And here are all the colors for it. Lots of reds and oranges and greens and blacks. Great Halloween colors. So I don't know if I'm going to start this year. I may just wait till next year. I feel like I have way too many whips. I'm already like trying to narrow down my plans for next year. Because I feel like I put in a little bit of stitches on a lot of different things. And I kind of felt like I'm just treading water, not really getting anywhere. I think I've only had 2 finishes this year. Pretty sure it's only 2. So I'm thinking maybe I need to just like narrow down my focus and just work on maybe 4 projects. Do 1 week a month for every project. And I'm trying to figure out which ones. Definitely my Chatelaine. I would like to put some more work. I really need to finish my daughter's stocking, so that would probably be a second one. And then for the other 2, I don't know. I stitch whatever I want, whatever I'm in the mood for. I don't have any kind of plans or anything like that. I just, once I put my kids to bed, that's my adult time, I call it. And I drink my tea and I listen to my Aida books or watch my show and I stitch. And I usually just like kind of usually have an idea what I want to stitch on. I'm like, oh, I haven't worked on this in a while. Let's put some stitches in on this. And so that's what I'll work on that night. And sometimes if I'm like really into it, I'll go on for a few nights. and then I'll start working on something else. So I'm thinking maybe to get more progress in, if I can just focus on a few projects, that would help. But we'll see. Definitely thinking no new starts next year. Got enough whips going, just gonna focus on those. And hopefully I'll get something finished. Maybe I'm hoping to have one more finished by the end of the year. I just don't know what it will be. But so I hope everyone, I'm taking the week off at the end of October. I'm not going anywhere. I just wanted to spend some time with my kids because it's Halloween and then it's my birthday. And so, sorry, I've been a little under the weather since we got back from Disney. I think I caught like a cold or something there. So I'm just gonna do a staycation. Hopefully I'll get some stitching in while the kids are at school. And so I'm hoping really make some progress. I'll probably make another video then. So that's really all I have to share for you. I hope you guys have a great October, and I'll see you at the end of next month.